right. Good evening, everyone. I am shooting today from my screen porch. You can see my lovely plants behind me. This recording is a live recording, so there are sounds around me that are out of my control, so we're just going to roll with it. But hopefully you get a little bit of the experience of also my garden, not only the road. So tonight we are going to move through a 60-minute yin and restore, all about winding down. We're going to use this time to really center into our bodies, to land on the ground on our mat with our breath. For practice tonight, make sure you have a pillow or a bolster, a blanket, a couple of blocks, and a strap. I also have a nice little wind down tea that I'll be sipping tonight, so if you have a tea, go ahead and get it. We're going to begin in a comfortable seat. So sitting maybe on your bolster or your pillow or your blanket, finding a comfortable position and closing your eyes. As the eyes close, let's start to bring our attention, our awareness into the body and to the breath. Notice the sensation of the inhale, of the exhale. Soften through the muscles in the face, especially the eyes as they close, the eyebrows, the forehead. Gradually extending your breath in and out through the nose. Now as you breathe in, let the spine lengthen and the heart lift. And as you breathe out, let the shoulders slide down your back, let the hips sink into their sockets. Gradually extending the breath with each inhale, with each exhale. Notice where your mind is, acknowledging the ever-moving mind, maybe visualizing your thoughts like a moving river inside you, constantly flowing. We're going to practice stepping outside of our river and settling onto the riverbank. Feel your seat where you are, your breath in your body. Following the breath now with all of your attention to the top of the inhale, feeling length and space, and then to the bottom of the exhale. Use the inhale to cultivate space in the physical body. Use the exhale to really ground and center down. On the next inhale, let's hold at the very top of the breath for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale all the way to the bottom of your breath. At the bottom, holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to the top of your breath. Hold for a count of 4, 3, 2. Exhale all the way down. Hold at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. We're going to continue this breath on our own, so find a rhythm and pace that works for you. If that pause was too short, then make it longer. If it was too long, make it shorter. Still feeling the full expression of the inhale and the exhale, just adding in that moment of pause. Feel the breath retained in the body at the top of the breath, and feel the body completely empty of breath when you get to the bottom. Good, just 3 more here together, in and out. Moment of pause, top and bottom of the breath. deep gratitude for this beautiful breath in our bodies. Let's take one more in and out together. And then as you exhale, we're going to return to a gentle, steady inhale and exhale. And just with the eyes closed, begin to circle the upper body, hands on the knees. Imagine drawing circles with the crown of the head on your ceiling. And just notice the sensation in the belly and in the hips, in the low spine, in the sacrum, sit bones. Continue to find that full breath in and out. Softening the eyes if they feel tense, softening the jaw, the tongue, the throat. And then let's change direction of the circling. We're making slow, steady circles. Steady breathing, feeling relaxed and centered in your body with your breath. Noticing when you jump into your river of thought. Choose to settle back onto your riverbank each time you notice you're in your river. Let's come back to a centered position, and we're going to very slowly open up the eyes. If you need to stretch out your legs, let's take a moment, bring the hands back, legs forward, and just extend them forward, give them a shake. You can circle your feet to open up your ankles. And then we're going to come back into our seat. On the inhale, let's lengthen the arms upward, and if it feels okay, interlace the fingers and release the palms. Otherwise, just actively reach up. Lengthening up and a little back. Let the head come back if that's okay on your neck. Opening the throat. Breathing here. As you exhale, soften the arms forward. Hollow the belly around the spine. Engage the belly, chin to chest. Soften your shoulders down your back here. Inhale, arms wide. Bend the elbows, drop the shoulders. Lifting the heart and chin. Exhale, hollow and round. Reach forward, chin to chest. Inhale, opening the heart space. Exhale, hollow and round. In and out on your own. Deep breathing. Try to let the movement be nice and soft, flowing like water. Your arms are an extension of your lungs here. Now we're breathing in and out through the nose. If it feels good to let the breath come out of your mouth, nice releasing breaths. You're welcome to take those whenever you need to here. This practice is really all about winding down. So whatever you need to drop in, to come into your body, to come into this moment. Two more breaths. Inhale. Let's lengthen up through crown of head. Drop the fingers each side of your body. Plant through your left hand and take your right arm up and over. Side stretch. Soften the supporting arm so we can really extend over to our side. If it feels okay, turn the gaze upward. Play a little bit with opening up through that shoulder. You can alternate now and gaze downward. Continue reaching. Keep breathing. Use the inhale to come back to center. Exhale over to your other side. Lengthen and extend. You can spin open to the ceiling, to the sky. Opening the shoulder, the chest. You can spin down toward the ground. Just keep your breath moving. Use an inhale always to return to center. And exhale to drop into that stretch over to your side. So maybe we inhale, open up to the ceiling, and exhale to bow down to the floor. And just finding this movement on your own. We're cultivating some space in the torso, in the side ribs. We're opening up through the shoulders. Most important, we're focused on our breath. We're connecting to our bodies. letting this feel a little bit like a free flow. So if you want to hold a little longer somewhere along the way, give yourself some time, some breath to stay a little longer. Even out your movement and then make your way back to a centered position, taking a steady breath in, arms relaxed, and a steady breath out. Just noticing sensation in your body. And then we're going to gently transition to our hands and knees on your mat. So if you have a blanket, it's nice to set that down under the knees at least so that we have some cushion there. Bringing your wrists under your shoulders, fingers are spread nice and wide. As you exhale, let's hollow the belly around the spine and pull the chin toward your chest. As you inhale, drop the belly, soften the arms, plant your hands, lift the chin. Exhale, press the floor away. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Following the rhythm of your breath, closing your eyes so you can connect to your body, your breath. And then adding in some movement, start to circle your hips back into your heels. Exhale, circle forward on the inhale. You can slide the hands forward on your mat for more space. Exhaling back, inhaling forward. This is another little flow where if it feels good, you can stay longer anywhere along the way. So maybe holding over on one side, dropping the head, breathing into your hip, and then changing direction so we can even out our movement. Changing direction of the circle. Beautiful. Let's come back to tabletop. Take the knees nice and wide. Sink back to the heels. And we're going to come back to sit on our heels and lengthen the arms upward. Reach up, gaze up, open up the heart. And as you exhale, we're going to bring the hands down to the floor and come into child's pose. You can also bring a bolster or a pillow here for a little more comfort and settle into the floor. Any variation. You can also bring a block under your forehead. Arms can extend forward like I am. You could also bring the arms around your body here, grounding the forehead. Breathing in and out. Steady breath. We can stay here, or you can let the head roll side to side. You can let the hips shift side to side. In your body, with your breath, noticing inner sensation. And then we'll rise back up when you're ready, maybe on the next inhale. And we're just going to stretch through the legs, so making sure that the wrists are under your shoulders again, fingers are wide on the ground, and just extend one leg back, whichever one. Reach back through your heel, plant down through the toes. We can pull our navel in toward the spine a little more to support the posture, to support the low back. And then change to the other leg. And then return so that the hips are stacked on the knees. We're going to extend our arms forward and drop the forehead down, lift through our hips for puppy pose or melting heart stretch. So we're getting into our shoulders, our chest, our spine. Breathe in and out. If you need more support here, you can always bring a block under the forehead, fold your blanket up even more under your knees if you need. Reach through the fingers, and for anyone who can move a little deeper, we're going to drop the chin down, bring the heart toward the floor. Gaze goes between the hands. Deeply opening through the upper back there, the shoulders, shoulder blades. Deeply opening through the chest. Let's take a few deep breaths. With this posture, maybe we're extending our exhale so that it's a little longer than the inhale. We're using that lengthened exhale to relax, release, soften, let go. We're using the extended exhale to calm the nervous system. Three more breaths. Using gravity as much as you can, using that exhale. Very slowly peeling off the floor, walking the hands back to your tabletop position. We're going to again extend one leg back and then the other, just to stretch out through the legs. Give your knees a moment. And then coming back to tabletop, taking your left arm, let's extend it wide and then up toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring that left arm under the body and thread it through between your hand and your knee. Come almost to the ground, and then let's reverse it. Inhale, unravel. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, exhale. On this last one, we're going to inhale. And as you exhale, come down to the shoulder. Bring the side of the head on the ground or onto a block here. Stay here. Try to square through your hips if you can. And if it feels okay, we're going to twist our torso even more, floating an arm up. Reach through the fingers. Pull the shoulder down the back. Right arm extending up, and then if that feels okay, we want to keep going. Bend the elbow, hand behind your back, and then pull the shoulder open. Beautiful. Another variation here that might feel really good for that upper shoulder is to reach your arm up overhead to the floor and crawl it forward. And you might even crawl the fingers over to the left a little bit here to really open up through the right shoulder. Use your breath. Slowly bringing the hand back to the ground just in front of you, press into the floor, unravel. You can take that left arm wide and high, and then as you exhale, plant both hands down. Take a moment if you need to stretch out your legs or maybe let your hips shift side to side. This is a nice little transition movement. Hips to one side, gaze to the other. And then back to tabletop, left hand supporting you, right arm is high. Inhale, exhale, we thread it through. Inhale, exhale, thread it through. Once more, and we're going to ground down now through that shoulder. Letting the head come to the floor, or maybe you're up on a block or a pillow here. And then take your left arm high. Now you may need the support of that hand on the floor in front of you instead, so you decide. We could bend at the elbow, take the hand behind the back, keep spinning open. Maybe you're noticing the difference from one side to the other. If you liked that shoulder stretch, we can extend the arms forward, the left arm forward. Walk those fingers, maybe walking those fingers over to the right side. Breathing in and out. Slowly slide the hand back in front of you. Let's take the right arm wide and high and then return to your tabletop position. Circling the hips back into the heels, maybe 2 or 3 times one direction and then go the other way. And let's take a moment to stretch the legs in a downward dog. Wrists are under shoulders. We're going to pick up through the hips. You can have as much softness to the knees as you need and just start to pedal the heels left and right. Notice where the weight is going in your hands. See if you can share it with your knuckles, your fingers. And just being upside down here, just feeling the blood flow in a new direction. Inversions are an opportunity to take a new perspective on where you are. And then return to those knees, and we're going to lower all the way down onto the belly on the ground. We can come down to the forearms here into a Sphinx pose. Elbows maybe just ahead of your shoulders. Pull the shoulders back and down. Let's lift the chin, inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, lift the chin. Pull the shoulders back and down. Exhale, chin to chest. Maybe once more like that. Notice the sensation in your throat and in the back of the neck, in the spine. Back to neutral. And then from here, let's roll the right ear over to the right shoulder. Back to center, other side. And just tick-tock through the head, through the neck, side to side. Keep the breath moving. And if it feels okay, make full circles with the head. We'll go 3 times one direction and change. If this feels like a lot, then just return to tick-tocking side to side. You can also hold anywhere along the way here that feels like a good stretch for you. Great, and then back to center, take your elbows wide. Let's take a moment here on our mat. One hand on the other, forehead on your hands. Pick up your feet and just let them tick-tock side to side. Release any tension in the low spine. Release any tension in your hips. Steady your breath and center your attention right here in the body with the breath. One more breath. Lowering the legs down to the ground. Taking your arms nice and wide like airplane wings. We're going to drop our left ear down. Maybe just watch me first. So from here, with the left ear down, I'm going to roll over to my left shoulder, my left side body, my left hip, and the arm behind me is extending just like this, straight out of my shoulder. You could also bend at your elbow if that feels better. So arm extending straight back out of your shoulder or bending the elbow. We're going to roll over to our side If that feels like a lot, bring your top leg down to the floor in front of you and use that for stability. So we don't need to press into that shoulder too much. If you can move deeper into your stretch, we're going to pick up through the top leg and lower the toes down toward the floor behind you. They might just hover, they might touch the ground. And we might stay here, or we can take our right arm high, reaching up. And if that's okay, we bend the elbow, hand behind our back. Open up through the heart space, open up through the hips. Lift through your knee as you drop through the foot, so we can really get into that right hip here. Feel the opening in the chest, the shoulders. And soften as much as you can through that left arm, through your left leg. If you want to keep going, reach for your foot. So right hand reaches for the right foot. And then we can kick into the hand. And as you kick back, send your hips and your heart forward. On the exhale, gently, when you're ready, we're going to slowly unravel, roll over to our other side. So onto the belly, and you might feel like maybe wiggling your hips a few times just to soften, and then over to the right ear. Right arm extending straight out of the shoulder, that one airplane wing, and then rotate, stacking through the hips maybe. Feel that opening in your shoulder. Maybe one side is a little different. Know if you need a little more support, you can bring that top leg down in front of the body. It's going to give you a little more stability. If you want to open up deeper, we're going to take the leg back. Lift through the knee, drop through the toes. Now for some of us, the foot hovers. For some of us, the foot's on the ground or just touching. Go where you need to go. Maybe floating the left arm high, reaching through the fingers. We can bend at the elbow, bring the hand behind our back. Maybe noticing the difference from one side to the other. And if we want to keep moving, we might kick into our hands. So left foot kicking into the left hand, sending the hips and heart forward as you kick back. And exhale, gently unravel, slowly grounding down. Come back onto the belly. Let's bring one hand on top of the other and rest your forehead back on your hands. We can wiggle our hips in place, or again, just pick up those feet, let them tick-tock side to side. We should be feeling the space in our shoulders and in our chest here. Notice the quality of the breath. Lowering the toes down, let's press our hands into the ground and rise back up. We're going to come back onto the seat, either on our pillow or on a blanket, and take the legs nice and wide. The legs wide, and if you have tight hamstrings, we're going to keep the knees a little bent here. You can even take your blocks under the thighs for this one to support those hamstrings if they need it. That feels kind of good. And then inhale, lengthen up, and as you exhale, we're going to lean forward, bring the hands to the floor, and then just check in on that lean. So maybe we stay here. Maybe we can keep on going. Some of you might be able to come all the way down to the forearms. Some of you may not need those blocks. Or maybe you can use your blocks under the forearms in front of you. If we want to add a little more, we're going to extend through our heels, pull the toes back, really lengthening from your seat through the crown of your head. And with each exhale, we're dropping forward, dropping over the blocks if you have them, dropping into the floor. initially here, let's try and keep our spine nice and long so we're not rounding the back just yet. Finding that hinge, wherever that is for you. Maybe it's here, maybe you're actually here where you're supporting your body with the hands behind you. And then let the spine round a little, slowly dropping the head. Soften the spine. Breathing deeply into your back body. In through the nose, maybe out through the mouth. Think of letting go, softening the area of your low spine. Letting go of anything you're hanging on to here. Letting go of the neck and shoulders too. Soften your jaw. Inhale, slowly rising up. All right, we're going to slowly transition to our back. Let's keep our strap nearby, keep the blocks in reaching distance. And we can take our pillow or our block under the heart. So bringing that toward the back of your mat. I'm going to have a little sip of my tea before we carry on. So feel free to have a drink of water or tea. So good. All right, come on back. Now here, if you're using a block, it's going to be a little more intense and you may want to bring a block under the head as well. Anyway, you may want to bring a block under your head. So you can start with that if you need it. Bringing your arms wide and just making sure that the pillow isn't in the way of the arms. So there must be some space for those arms to really open up and stretch. We're opening and lifting through the heart. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop open. And if you have enough props and you need a little support, you can bring blocks, blankets, towels, whatever you have under the hip area, under the leg for support. To take it deeper, we're using the block under the chest. To take it even deeper, you're removing the support of the head and letting the head fall right down. And then just let the body, as much as you can, just let the body settle into the ground. Feeling that natural force of gravity. Returning to this deep, steady breath in and out through the nose, feeling its rhythm as it moves through you. Maybe allowing for that extended exhale. So letting the exhale be longer than your inhale. With each breath in, feeling space in your body for your heart and your lungs. With each exhale, let go of any parts of the body you're holding in position. And if you are using support for under the legs and you feel like you can remove it at any point, as we breathe and surrender to gravity, the body has a way of just dropping into the floor and moving deeper into a stretch. So you can always remove props if you feel like there's room for more stretch. Let's take 2 or 3 more deep breaths right where you are. Noticing each time you're swimming in your river, choosing to step outside of the river and settle onto your riverbank. Slowly lifting your knees, grounding your feet. Rolling over to your right or left side, enough to remove your pillow or your block. And then settling back onto your spine. And let's take a block under the sacrum, lifting through the hips. So right at the base of the spine. Pulling the knees over the chest nice and slow. I like to hold on to the block here or the floor, but if you feel more comfortable holding on to your legs, go ahead. We're going to circle our knees here, grounding the sacrum, the base of our spine. Feeling into this nice little self massage, really utilizing the block. So using that top edge, using the corners to get into your hips, to get into your low back, get into your glutes. Notice the sensation here in your low spine and your sacrum. Making sure to change direction to keep the movement equal or even. And then return to center and send your heels upward to the ceiling. We'll reach through our heels, reach through the toes, circle the feet. And then soften through the legs. And here we're gonna float our arms upward as well and just soften through the hands. If you wanna circle out your wrists first, give them a shake, give the legs a shake. And then just let the arms hang and the legs hang as if a string is lifting them up to the ceiling, and we can just let go so we can feel our shoulders dropping, our hips sinking. Deepening the breath, feeling the blood flow from toes and fingers down through our legs, our arms, and into the body. Feeling into the lightness in the hands and feet. We're going to stay here or choose to bring the knees back in, the arms down. We can stay here or we can lift our hips off, our sacrum off the block. Bring your hands to your low back. Soften through your knees and let the knees tap the forehead or the cheeks or the ears, wherever they go. But let the legs be soft so we aren't taking this into the hamstrings. And you want to feel your shoulders and your upper arm really pressing into the floor here. So we're keeping the work out of our head and neck. Use your arms. Feel the lengthening, the deep stretch through the low spine. Anyone who wants to take this deeper, you may straighten out your legs and reach for the floor behind you with your toes. And then gently guide yourself back onto your block. Slowly guide the feet down onto the ground. Planting your feet about hip distance apart. Taking a moment here and then lifting up enough to remove your block. Bring your arms down by your sides. Keep lifting through your hips. And as you exhale, carefully lower one vertebra at a time to the ground. take a few breaths here. Inhale, press into the feet, lift through the hips, chin to chest. Exhale, lower down. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Pulling the knees over the chest and circling the knees. This should feel really nice. Changing direction. We're going to move into our hips now. Let's keep the right leg hugging in and plant your left foot on the ground. You can keep a bend to the knee, foot on the ground, or extend your leg all the way down. Pulling the right thigh over the belly, we're compressing the ascending colon. We're massaging the digestive organs here. Breathe into the stretch. Drop the shoulders, drop the chin, lengthen the back of your neck. And then soften the pose a little and start to circle your knee. Get into that hip crease. Changing direction, even out the circling. And then let's take the strap around our right foot. Send a strap or towel, whatever you have, send your heel up to the ceiling. And let's actively pull against the foot to get into our hamstring here first. Soft shoulder, soft arms, soft neck. Breathe into the leg. And then bend the knee, bring the knee to the armpit. Hold the straps in your right hand, left arm is wide, and let's open up. Breathing into the inner thigh, breathing into the hip, using the strap to support you. You can also take a block here under the thigh, under the leg. Inhale, let's come back to center. Switching the strap in your hand, take your right arm wide and let's cross over, coming into a belly twist slowly with control. So we can bend the knee here if that feels better. You can extend through your leg if you have that flexibility. If you're bending the knee, you can remove your you can let go of your strap rather and bring your hand to the thigh. Twisting through the torso, grounding through the shoulders, turning the gaze to the right. Softening as much as you can here. Anyone who can take this stretch a little deeper, you can use your strap or you can hold your big toe and really extend through the heel. On the inhale, we're going to slowly come back to center. You can remove your strap if you have it. Pull the right knee back into the chest. Pull the left knee into the chest. Take a moment here. Maybe we circle the knees again. And then when you're ready, lower the right foot down. We can ground the foot, bend the knee, or you can extend your heel all the way down, hugging the left thigh over the belly, compressing the digestive system here, the descending colon. Breathe. And start to soften and circle the knee, opening up through that left hip. Change direction to even out the movement. Back to center, grab your strap. Let's take it around the left foot now and send the heel to the ceiling. Reach through your heel, pull back through the foot, the toes, stretch out the back of your leg, breathe. Soften the knee toward the armpit. Straps in your left hand, take your right arm wide. Let's open up this leg. Now you can use a support under the leg if you need it, or just your strap. Breathe into the inner thigh, breathe into the hip. Noticing sensation in your hips, in your legs. When you're ready, we're going to pull back to center on the inhale, crossing the leg over to the other side. Switch your hands gently over to the other side, extending the leg or bending your knee. Maybe turning the gaze to the left, taking the twist up gently into the neck. Gently, very slowly coming back to center, remove your strap, pulling both knees over the chest. Circling the knees. And then grounding down through your feet. We're going to take a pillow or a blanket under the head. And then let's use some support and come back into a supported gentle reclined position. So maybe some blocks under the thighs, knees wide. We'll bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Closing your eyes. As you breathe in, feeling the full expression of that inhale. As you breathe out, feeling the full expression of your exhale. And we're coming into a nice little 3-part breath here. So exhaling all the air. We're going to inhale 1/3 of the breath into our belly, 1/3 into the chest, 1/3 into the throat. Exhale 1/3 from the throat, the chest, belly, and again, 3-part breath. Visualize the breath. Feel the body opening from the belly to the throat as you inhale, emptying from the throat to the belly as you exhale. Continue your 3-part breath, keeping all your awareness right there with the inhale and the exhale. And each time you breathe out, feel the body supported on the ground. Two or three more breaths just like this. Returning to a natural, steady inhale and exhale. As you take your next breath in, lift the knees, ground the feet. We can send our blocks to one side if you're using them. And then we're going to extend our legs down to the bottom edge of our mat, arms down by your sides. You can keep your pillow or remove it, whatever's comfortable for you. You could also bring a support under the knees here. Going to move through a body scan from the crown of our head to our toes, just completely letting go in these last few minutes of practice. So with the eyes closed and the breath steady, start to bring all of your attention and awareness to the body. And we're going to soften and let go from crown of head to toes. Starting with the scalp, just softening all the muscles of the scalp, the forehead, softening the eyebrows and the space between the brows. Notice what you're holding here in the space between the brows. See if you can soften and let go. Notice the eyes start to soften. Soften your temples. Softening the eyes and the eye sockets. Softening the backs of the eyes. Release through the jaw, softening the cheeks, the jaw, the tongue, the throat. Feeling the breath moving through the nostrils. Feel the cooling sensation of the inhale. Feel the breath travel through the nostrils, down the throat, and into the body. Know that with each breath in, that inhale carries oxygen to every cell. The inhale also carries prana, or life force energy, into the body. As you breathe out, you're releasing toxins, carbon dioxide. As you breathe out, we can let go of any tension, tightness, resistance, or stress in the body. Let's continue to soften through the ears, through the neck, through the shoulders. Now feeling all the muscles of the face completely relaxed. The head is on the ground. As you breathe in, feel the space in your body, and as you breathe out, keep surrendering to gravity. Soften through the collarbones. Soften through the shoulders, the arms. Soften from your shoulders down through your arms, your elbows, your wrists, your palms, each finger and thumb, all the way to the fingertips, the tips of the thumbs. Softening through the shoulder blades, the upper spine, the rib cage. Soften through the mid-spine, the belly, stomach. Soften through the lower spine, through the low belly. Releasing through the hips, the pelvis, the sacrum. Letting go of any tension or tightness here. And then release your legs from your hips down through your knees, down through the ankles, the feet, and each toe all the way to the tips of each and every toe. Feel a gentle, natural breath moving through your body. Feel your body on the ground. Keeping your awareness right here in this moment. Gently transitioning out of a state of doing into a state of being. Noticing the thoughts as they come and gently observing without attachment. Settle onto the river bank and witness the movement of your own river without jumping in. Noticing the space of this present moment. Noticing the stillness. Noticing the silence that holds it all. And taking a deeper breath in and a steady breath out. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. Feel the corners of the mouth turn upward into a smile, maybe. Grounding down through your feet, bending your knees. As you exhale, let's gently roll over to our right or left side and press on up. Find a comfortable seat wherever you are. We'll close our practice with a few breaths together. Taking a deep breath in, feel the spine lengthen, the heart open. As you breathe out, feel settled in your body on the ground with your breath. Inhale, feeling the space we've created with this practice. Exhale, feeling grounded and supported. Exactly as you are, exactly where you are. One more breath in and out. Hands together at heart center. Thank you so much for joining practice. Have a lovely evening. Namaste.